Hi. Hello, Shelley from Spin Cushions here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely thick textured scarf very, very simply using the new limited edition Bendigo Woolen Mills High Country yarn. This is the beautiful Lake Eildon colour. There's some gorgeous colours in the range, and it's a beautiful 16 ply, so it works up really fast. And you can make this super easy scarf with one ball. One 200-gram ball will make a very, very generous scarf. It's about close to 150 centimetres long, so well and truly enough to wrap around your neck a couple of times. So it's really, really easy. I'll show you how we do it. Now you're going to need a large crochet hook. This is a chunky yarn, so you're going to need a large hook. I'm using a 7mm. You could use an 8 as well if you wanted to get a bit of lacier, not lacier, but looser textured pattern. It's very, very easy. The first thing we do is attach our yarn to our hook, and we're going to do 20 chain. You don't want to do them tight because we're going to be working into these chain stitches. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Okay, so that's about the width of our scarf. Now the stitch we're going to use throughout this pattern is a half treble crochet UK turns or a half double crochet US turns. Now the very first row is going to be your fiddliest, but after that it'll be plain sailing. So if we're going to skip this chain here, and we're going to work into this bottom loop of the chain. Can you see there's like 3 loops? You've got a top one, a middle one, and the bottom one. We're going to go over the top 2 and just into that bottom one. So we have a yarn over our hook first. Bring a loop to the front, yarn over and pull through all 3. We're going to do that in the remaining 18 chain. So we're going to have 19 stitches. There's going to be, we did 20 chain, but that first chain that we skipped, doesn't count. That just helps make the stitch stand up tall. So over the top 2, just into that bottom loop. Alright, so you don't need to watch me make all of those. I'll keep going and show you the last couple and then show you what happens next. Okay, I've done 18 stitches. I've just got one more to do. One more into the chain space. Just over that last loop. It's usually the most fiddly, this one, because you've got that slip knot at the start. Okay, once it's done, that's the fiddly bit over. The rest is all exactly the same and very, very easy. So we're going to have 19 stitches in every single row, and we're going to do the same stitch again, half trebles UK, half doubles US, but first we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now that chain 1 does not count in our stitch count of our 19 stitches. We're only counting the full 19 stitches. Now, the way we're going to work these half trebles, normally when you work into crochet stitches, you work underneath the 2 loops of the V there. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to go, see this little horizontal line at the back? We're going to go underneath that instead. Now that's called, I call it the loop behind the V, because if you look at a crochet stitch as normal, you've got the V on top, and this is the little loop here on the back that we're going to be working into. So it's sometimes called the back bump or the 3rd loop, but I just call it the loop behind the V. And that's all there is to it. So it's now all twisted. We just do that in every stitch along. So I've done 1, here it is here, this little almost horizontal line. 2, now don't worry, see how it's pulled up a bit of a loop? Don't worry about that, that will all be pulled back down by the following stitches. So there's going to be, as I said, 19 stitches again. Of course, you can make it wider or thinner by doing less stitches. It's just reduce or increase the number of chain at the beginning. Very simple. So what working into that loop behind the V does, it doesn't look any different on the back, but if we turn it over, that gives us this neat little flat raised sort of rib on it. So I will just continue on this row and show you how to do the end, because the end does look slightly different, but then that's all you need to know. You'll be able to make your own high country scarf. Okay, I've done 17 stitches, so now I'm going to do my 18th one, which is here. Now the last one, if you get a little bit confused because it doesn't have a stitch next to us to sort of hold it up and support it, flip it over and have a look for that V. You can see that there. So that loop behind it here is the one we want. So this little loop here. And there you have it. So then it's all exactly the same again. Chain one, turn it, and work into every loop behind the V there along the way. Now you'll notice after you've done this row, you will start to see your little rib pattern on both sides. So it's a fully reversible pattern, there's no right side or wrong side. Both sides look the same. You can see that starting to happen. Here's the scarf so you can see. There's one side and the other side, so they're identical. So there you go, my high country scarf pattern. I hope you enjoy making it, and I hope it keeps you nice and warm as you explore the high places. Thanks very much. Oh, don't forget to pop by spincushions.com for more crochet fun, and maybe sign up for my newsletters while you're there for more fun stuff in your inbox. Thanks. See you later.